get all your stock-specific questions answered on a show by our experts. But first up, let's take a look at how the market is really shaping up. Kanishka, another day of not much happening on the market. In fact, we are now below 24,650 levels. Is also something that we have been not been able to sustain so far. We have just given a minor, very minor recovery, but nonetheless, it's another day of lackluster trade coming in on D Street. In fact, Nifty Bank right now is trading with cuts of almost 130 odd points.
Ankita, like you said, there's no respite from that red color when it comes to the market. In fact, if you look at the Nifty, it's down about 0.1%, slightly still better. It has recovered from the day's lowest point, trading at that 24,650 level. Sensex, on the other hand, that is also witnessing cuts of about 0.2%, trading at that 80,736 level as we speak. Nifty Bank, on the other hand, that is also seeing similar cuts, 0.2% cut coming in for the Nifty Bank, trading at that 55,960 level. It's off that 55,000 and 56,000 level. If you take a look at the broader indices, now the NSE advanced decline ratio, that continues to be in the favor of declines. Now coming back to the benchmark indices, let's take a look at all the top losers that are contributing to the losses and limiting the gains. First up, BEL, that's down almost 2% in today's trade after that big miss on revenue front. Although we did see the results of the company yesterday, while it did do better than expectations on profit, EBITDA and margin front, on the revenue front it was a big miss. It saw gains of saw revenue jump by 5%. However, our poll had expected a jump of 14%, so a big miss coming there. Some of the other losers on the Nifty 50 include Eternal, Axis Bank, Bajaj Finserv and TCS, of course, after that layoffs news that we have been seeing. Sectorally, let's take a look at the trend sectorally. Only realty, pharma and metal is the space that is holding on to the green. Otherwise, all sectors are in the red, with Nifty, IT, media and PSU banks leading losses. So that's how the sectoral snapshot is looking like, but largely a trend in the red coming in for the markets. Ankita?
Well, absolutely. It's again a day of reds as far as the Indian market is concerned. But let me get on board our guest also. Lakshmikant Shukla is the technical analyst, institutional research, Yes Securities, who's joining us now. And also, we also have another guest, Rajesh Agarwal, who's the head of research, AUM Capital, who's joining us. Hi, good morning to both of you, and thank you so much for joining us. Before we get started with all the questions, let me come to you, Lakshmikant, especially on the technicals. Yesterday, by the end of the day, by the end of the trading session, we actually broke below the 24,700 level, an important support level that we were watching out for. And today, we are not even managing to hold on to the 24,650 levels on the Nifty. Nifty Bank also ditto, it's following suit. What are the other levels to watch out for, and is this correction, how long is this correction likely to be on the charts?
Good morning, Kanishka, and good morning, Rajesh ji. So, talking about the market, as this is the fourth consecutive day where we have seen the formation of lower tops and lower bottom, and Nifty has also breached its 23.6 Fibonacci retracement levels of prior upwards rally starting from the low of April toward the September month high. So as in today's sessions, although market Nifty tried to recover some of its losses, but when it reaches toward the levels of 24,700, so then after it has again seen profit booking, and we would see that now market could retest the levels of 24,470 to 24,500, where it's 20 week simple moving average is placed along with the previous month swing low, which we have seen on the 30th of June toward the levels of 24,470. So in our perception, we see that Nifty could fell lower toward the levels of 24,470 to 24,500. And on the upper side, still I think 24,900 followed by 25,050 could act as the strong resistance until we see any recovery of the levels of 24,900. We remain tentative and we would see further decline, although we could see some sort of stability near the zone of 24,470 to 24,500 zone. Even if we look at the structure of Bank Nifty, so in yesterday sessions it has defended the levels of 56,000, but in today's session, if it get close below the levels of 56,000, then it could give a further breakdown toward the levels of 55,500 to
Okay.
55,100 in the upcoming sessions.